live short. A lot happened, so it was still long. So remember, when you watch my videos, watch them on double speed. Like if you there for the playback, it really does bring everything together. But we had a lot of good teachings and reality checks in that last video. Um, but I'm back because God told me to read to you all the book of Amos. Let me take a deep breath. Okay. Yes, little chicken. I gotta still give y'all the build up because, like, if y'all didn't see the end, I gotta explain. So, God wanted me to read. Well, first off, my name is Wisdom. In 2019, God poured out His Spirit, and I've been able to see the future and decipher the Bible and hear God clearly, which has led me to a farm. Now I'm on a farm. I sold my house, sold everything, quit my job. Like God said, the end was not near, it was here, and that I needed to run and leave town and get a farm. So I did that. I did it. I sold everything I had. I left everything behind and I went and got a farm, and it's been the biggest blessing of a lifetime. So, what I do is I spend my days studying the Bible, and God showed me the book of Amos. Okay, and this is what I was telling y'all in the last video. God is the Word. Okay, we have been brainwashed by church and mainstream culture to where we're not taking the Word of God at face value. You know what I mean? So the definitions, listen to that. The definitions of the word stand because God is the word. He's not even letting he won't lie to you, and he's not even letting the devil lie to you. Them, you know what I mean? Those that are taking over the world, the new world people. He's not even letting them lie to you. That everyone is telling you the truth. And God had me notice when I read the book of Amos the other day that uh, it was so the truth. No, y'all gotta understand. You gonna see. Like by definition, I want y'all don't think about Amos being back in Bible days. No, picture Amos as living around the corner and or being your local uh councilman, that chicken over picture like he's someone okay. Now, that's how relevant this information is about to be. So I'm about to now. I also read with feeling. I have severe ADHD, real talk. So if I don't read with feeling, I'm gonna lose track of what I'm reading. So I'm gonna read with feeling. So don't laugh at me. But I'll never. God bless Miss Fox, my teacher back when I was in school. She said, "Go ahead, read with feeling, like it's a play." And so I'm going to do that as well as I read y'all the book of Amos, King James Version. We're going to go line. The Bible says go line upon line, precept upon precept. So we're going to take this line by line. And y'all going to see how he was telling us for a time such as this. This ain't outdated. This ain't biblical day. Well, it's biblical days, but it's happening now. Don't miss it. Okay, so stay with me. All right, so this is the book of Amos. God's judgment upon Syria. Okay. The word, oh, we can start off there. Syria, that's over there. Damascus, which has already been leveled. So that is true. Damascus has been leveled. Now they're on to Lebanon and Tyran or whatever. I'm not good at these words. Hey, love. Oh, and I'm going to look at the chat. Like if I see the chat, I'm going to say, God bless you to you. But I'm going to stay out of the chat because I have bad ADHD. I'll mess it up if I stay focused on what y'all saying in there. Okay. So God bless you, Irvin. God bless you. Love you too. God bless you. And God bless you, Cookie. Okay. So let's go. Now, this is my grandmother, God rest her soul. This is my grandma Ivonia's Bible. So this is a old Bible. So it ain't nothing new, but it's gonna tell y'all all new stuff. Or better yet, it's gonna tell you the truth. The truth will stand from what I'm reading. And we could debate it in court. Is this the truth? Okay. So God's judgment upon Syria. Yeah, the Damascus has been destroyed, basically. Like it's bad over there. All right. The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel. All right, so we got two kings here, right? We got one of Israel and one of Judah. Okay, don't we got two kings kind of working together, doing some stuff together? I ain't saying he a king over Judah because Judah is in his land. Y'all know we the real Israel. You know we the real Jew. He know who he enslaved in his land. So there's a king of Judah and a king of Israel. We know that's real, y'all. Is that by definition? I ain't even add nothing. By definition, is that what's going on in the world? That's what's going on in the world. Okay, we just changed the names of the people, but by definition of what they said they doing, there you go. Okay. And in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, 2 years before the earthquake, and he said, the Lord will roar from Zion. The Lord will roar from Zion. Y'all need to, okay, you know the Zionists, they talk trying to make it seem like they want everybody to go to Israel, but they don't. They don't. They know what the Bible says gonna happen to Israel. You get what I'm saying? Really, they're Zionists. Where's Zion? The beautiful land. Where's the beautiful land? Where I'm sitting right now. This is Zion. This is the new world. This is look up what Zion means. By definition, we're in Zion. Okay. So it says, uh, and he said, wait, and he said, the Lord will roar from Zion. Oh, that's another thing. Didn't they recently? I'm talking about in the news. They recently uh called like wasn't T Man? Y'all know who T Man is, the president, him. Didn't he recently like they called him the lion or something like that? Like Project Roar or something. He had did something recently that they called him a lion. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. Okay. And he said, the Lord will roar from Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the habitations of the shepherd shall mourn, and the top of Carmel shall wither. Okay, this is what I also want y'all to know. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying T Man is the Lord. No, that's not what I'm saying. We need to clarify that. Remember, by definition, the things I'm saying are true, but by context, you don't want to screw them up. If they saw the into the future and they wrote what they saw, you give them to by the hand of God, you give them because God ordained this. Remember, what's happening right now is judgment. It's the hour of trial. So though God wished none of y'all would perish, he did ordain this deception. He did allow that. And it's so that we could be like you can't come out of this fake loving God. The sacrifices are too big. If you really love God, you gonna come. God, that's why your name was written in the book of life from the beginning of time. Okay, real talk. So, anyways, I just want to put that out there. I don't want y'all to think I'm saying that he's the uh uh that he is the Lord, but what I'm saying is they're propping him up as a Messiah type. They've called him that. They are they're the what we know the devil. That's what he do. He replicate the things of God. So we know they're following the playbook, the grimoire. They're following it in detail. It's just they got us thinking about the past instead of seeing things for what they are right now. Okay, so stay with me. And he said, I'm gonna go back to two. Please forgive me. And he said, the Lord will. And he said, who is he? And he said, the Lord will roar from Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the habitations of the shepherds shall mourn. Okay, listen to that. The habitation of the shepherds shall mourn. Now, y'all got to understand if Jesus is a shepherd, right? And that means he's guiding us. We would be his habitation. We are his habitation of the shepherds. We are mourning right now. Is that the truth? So I really want to prove to y'all this. It's you. We just gotta stop being connected to the lies they've given us, because that we are that. Yeah, that's what happened. The habitation of the shepherds are mourning right now. This is true. And it says, "Utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the habitations of the shepherds shall mourn, and the top of Carmel shall wither. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Damascus, it's already been laid waste, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have threshed Gilead with threshing instruments of iron. But I will send a fire into the house of Hazazel, which shall devour the palace of Ben Hadad." Now, here's what I need y'all to see. Everything on fire lit. No, he said, now, mind you, I can't recreate it fully by, we don't know who Ben Hadad is, but I'm letting y'all know by definition, is that happening? Is the fire or lots of record breaking fires over sweeping the land? Yes, that is true. That is true. Uh, and Damascus really has been destroyed. Okay. But it's because they betrayed Gilead. They threshed Gilead, right? But I will send up. Oh, I already said that one. That was verse 4. Verse 5. I will break also the bar of Damascus and cut off the inhabitant from the plain of Aven, and him that holdeth the scepter from the house of Eden. And the people of Syria shall go into captivity into Kir, saith the Lord. Yep, that's what happened. They refugees. They done had to go all kinds of different places. Yeah, those people that was once there, like go Google Earth and go look down on Damascus. It's bad. You know what I mean? They might have some fake pictures of, but you can see the grayness of it. It's bad. That's been gone though. That was during the Hillary time. Okay, okay. Let's see. I will break also the bar of Damascus and cut. Verse 6. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Gaza. This is Amos 1. For three transgressions of Gaza, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Eden. Edom, listen to that, y'all. Okay, y'all know who Edom is. Edom, okay, Edom is the ancestry of Esau. Esau lost his birthright to his brother Jacob. Okay, Esau is also uh I don't know the right word, but believed. There we go, believed. They say situation. Esau, they say, may be those that say they are not, but are actually the synagogue of Satan. That's who Esau uh seems to be. You know what I mean? Because he was the one who made the stew, and he really believed in sacrifice. He was a hunter, and so it really do seem like that's who Esau was. So now let's bring this to the. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it for the encouragement. This is rough. Hey, daughter, I'm glad you're back. Um, so uh, let's bring it forward to now, right? If we bring it forward to now, then hold on, I'm losing my train of thought of Gaza. Hold on, let's make sure I get back there. Oh, Edom. Okay, that's what they were doing. They're talking about making shopping centers and golf courses on the blood. Uh, like they're gonna rebuild Gaza in His image, like they said they was. They're saying they're gonna go, cat, go. They're saying they're gonna do these things in our face. Okay, so um that's what they did. They carried the captive and gave them unto Gaza. And I mean not Gaza, it says unto Edom. And that's Okay, think about it. God showed me a while ago, all of them are in on it. Like, no, there ain't one country that's not in on it. God showed me, we're literally watching the war between the angels. Like, no, there's two camps. Yeah, I've been able to track that. There's two camps. There's like the Candace Owens camp, but she coming from one of them angel people too. I don't know. But on the side of good. There and then there's another camp that is the synagogue of Satan camp, and that's what God was showing me. And what we're seeing is something supernatural beyond our even the arguing, the bickering, the manipulation, the Machiavellianness of it all that they're doing. God was showing me we're seeing the battle between two camps of angel blood. You get what I'm saying? Of something something else, but it's a battle between good and evil. Because I'm gonna tell you this, like, I already know something supernatural going on with Candace Owens. I can't pinpoint, like, I can't just come out and say it. Uh, but she's been 99% authentic. 99%. There's something I'm not sure about, but once I know that, I could say she's been 100 because I'm looking for the lie. Like I told y'all in my last one, that's how you see the wheats and the tares, is seeing who is willing to do right by God in a time such as this. You know, this is historic. Wake up to what's really going on here. This is judgment line stuff. So you gonna do right by God or you gonna do right by the devil. You get what I'm trying to say? So anyway, that's something God showed me, was that they're all in on it. Every last one of them. Are they're in some type of battle, but it's not like Barack Obama is better than Donald Trump. No, they're in on it. You get what I'm trying to say? It's not that uh I don't know, I can't say about Candace Owens. She's the only one I haven't found it yet. But at the same point, you get what I'm trying to say, like the Republican versus Republican, ain't they going off on MAGA versus, libertarian or something like that? Um, but it is obvious that they gave up these people for sacrifice, and then they gave their country to Edom, because that's what's happened in Gaza. Y'all with me? Okay, yeah, that's what happened in Gaza. All right. That's why I tell everybody, play my video. Once you come back, like if you don't watch the live, play the videos and double time, it'll all come back together. But God be showing me stuff in the middle of seeing. He gave me the gift of interpretation. But this is flat out. This is by definition. I would take this to court and say they really are doing this. Okay. So it says, but I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palace thereof. All that. The Gaza is no more. Y'all know, God. Y'all seen Gaza. A little look about the size of Detroit. It's gone. Verse 8. And I will cut off the inhabitants from Ashdod, and him that holdeth the scepter from Ashkelon. I want to look into seeing who holding a scepter over there. You know what I mean? My heart is kind of wanting to say Saudi Arabia, but I might be wrong. Might be Turkey. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm gonna have to research who is Ashkelon. And anybody want to look that up? Look it up and let us know in the chat that who is Ashkelon. Um, but it says Ashkelon, and I will turn my hand against Ekron. The remnant of the Philistines shall perish, saith the Lord God. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Tyrus, that's I believe that that's Lebanon. I remember us back in the day looking something up about this, and it was Lebanon, right? But I might be wrong. Somebody else look that up. But of Tyrus, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom. There's a place in the Bible. You know how the lost tribe of Israel is lost? There's a place where they call Lebanon, or Tyre, I think is what I used to call it, phonetically. But it says there that they were the whore that sold, made it possible for the identities of the lost tribe of Judah to get lost. is what God showed me. Is that Lebanon, Tyre, possibly Tyrus, but uh, was the ones that held the lie. Like they made it possible for this identity theft to go on this long. Okay, that's what God showed me. All right. So it said, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom and rendered not the brotherly covenant. Remember, the brotherly covenant is, even though Judah and Edom are opposites, the Bible says in, I think it's the book of Levi or Leviticus or something like that, but it basically says that do not forsake uh, your brother Edom. No, do not forsake or do not hate Edom, for he is your brother. But it goes on to say you can, but you can't kick it with the Moabites. This is in the same place where God orders us not to be with Moabite people because they serve a different God. But Edom is our brother. We serve the same God. Okay, so that's the brotherly covenant that they're talking about. Uh, but I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palace thereof. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Edom, and for four I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. They made this whole plan. They, just like he said in Gog and Magog, they concocted this whole plan that's went on hundreds of years. I'm talking about real life, y'all. They hundreds of years they have been moving us through a movie like Shakespeare. They concocted this. They went after their brother with a sword. They couldn't kill Judah outrightly, so they chose to corrupt Judah so that Judah's God could return. That's what they that. But that is the jealous man's perspective, because none of that matters. Because the truth is, loving God, but loving me is all that there really is. You see what I'm saying? You see how they propagating you? You see how they like trying to turn it around on you? Watch out for their rituals, man. They be doing stuff that unnecessary because it's about the individual love between you and God. You know him and he know you. And your name was written in the book of life from the beginning of time, because he knew in a time such as this, you was going to stand up for his honor. He knew it. He knew it. And he made preparations for you because of it. Okay, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Edom, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. This is the punishment for those that say they are Jews but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Uh, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. He cast off all pity. Come on, y'all. Look at the um uh Jim Crow. Look at the, like, the race relations of separatism right now, and that, cast off all pity is the truth. You know it. Oh, that God had told us in our face what each one of us was gonna do, but they use perspective in these churches to, like, I see why God called them ravaging wolves. But they switched it around. But trust me, the church can't hurt you, because if you love God, God gonna lead you where he wants you, and he gonna make that love authentic. Trust me, y'all. Trust me. A wretch like me is true. Okay, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, His- and he kept his wrath forever. They kept this going on forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman. Teman, that's literally what it says, Teman. Now, mind you, I don't know who they saying T-Man is, but it sounds like they saying T-Man. So by definition, if that's what it says, that's what it says. I'm just saying. Let's see what the for T Man. I know it's a location. I just don't know where. But by definition, if I was a foreigner trying to read this because I don't trust nobody around me, that says T Man. I was about to say Trump. Which shall okay, but I will send a fire upon T Man, which shall devour the palace of Basra. So they're gonna send a fire down on T-Man that will demolish the palace of Roswell. So if y'all hear of T-Man going to a palace, remember this moment, Book of Amos, and just kind of watch it and go, oh, he going to a palace. So you know they're gonna put it in the news and everything because that's the way they do. Okay. So here we go. Let's keep going. Verse 13. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of the children of Ammon, and for four I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have ripped up the woman with child of Gilead, that they might enlarge their borders. Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? Am I tripping? Yeah, and they took all my viewers away. They knew I was gonna get to this pedophilia stuff, this trafficking children and adrenochrome crap. They knew this was in there. Now, mind you, I'm reading the book of Amos. They just supposed to be written like 2,000 years ago. No, it really looked like God, basic instruction for before leaving Earth, told us flat out about these things that are encamped around us. Real talk. Let's do this again. It literally said that who did that? Let's see. Let's read verse 13. Is that a coincidence? Y'all know about 13, the wicked number 13. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of the children of Ammon, sound like America, but Ammon, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have ripped up the woman with child of Gilead, that they might enlarge their borders. No, we know that they eating kids in the news, okay? And why they're like literally why they're eating kids in the news, they said this that so that they could get wealth and money and go all things go well with them. Remember, even I think even the Iranian president or somebody said it at UN. Somebody said it at the UN that they believe if they kill children at the beginning of a battle, that it's gonna give them the spiritual motivation to win the battle or something. They said this is what they said. Y'all, hey, look, if y'all don't want me repeating what y'all saying, stop saying it. But y'all saying it, so that's so that I could tell God's people, y'all hear them? They said it, and why they do it to enlarge their borders. It didn't lie. It says that they might enlarge. That's why they ripped up the child, was so that they could enlarge their borders. Interesting. Verse 14. But I will kindle a fire in the wall of Rabbah, and it shall devour the palaces thereof with shouting in the day of battle, with a tempest in the day of the whirlwind. I got to learn with that. I got to look those words up. What's a tempest? Okay. Verse 15. And their king shall go into cap. Now, this was deep. When I read this earlier, I went, oh my God. And their king shall go into captivity, he and his princes together, saith the Lord. Now, that's verse 15. Let's go back up to verse 12. Okay. Remember, we reading this Bible as if we don't got no church, as if we believe God is the word and he ain't gonna let the words lie to us. Because we don't really know who Rabbi, all them, we don't know who they are, but God makes the words tell on the people. Okay. So let's go to verse 12. Verse 12 says, but I will send a fire upon T Man. We know who T Man is, which shall devour the palace of uh Basra. Basra. Okay. Now, now it says it as if T Man is a location, but I think it's a person. Okay. Let's go on. Come on. It's important to go. And now we're gonna jump down to 15. It says, and their king shall go into captivity, he and his prince together, saith the Lord. Y'all, if T Man go to a palace, we might want to just recognize that he might get kidnapped along with his princes in that palace. That's what it say basically. I'm just saying If the Bible, if I'm what I've been telling the truth is that the Bible is so true it don't make no sense, and we just want to keep our eyes closed. Either I'm telling the truth or I'm not. We'll see if T Man, because that's what it say flat out. T Man gets captured in the palace of Basra, him and his sons. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, okay. Chapter 2. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Moab, that's the one that has a different God, Moabites. And for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he buried the bones. See, they got a different God. They did a ritual. See, because he buried the bones of the king of Edom into lime, but I will send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the palace of Ker off, and Moab shall die with tumult, with shouting, and with the sound of the trumpet. Okay, I don't know who this is, but I'm just saying, when God showed me they have a different God, it was like he was showing most of the time. Sometimes he was showing me Buddha and them, but most of the time he was showing me Shiva and them. Most of the time, whenever he was telling me that the Moabite, they had that, like, I think it's Hindu. That was what they follow. I don't know if they smiling at me, just being gentle. All right. Uh, and that right there is because they have a different God, and that's a ritual of burying the bones. They tried to take that ritual with them into uh the the promised land, and that I think that's probably why another reason why Moses wasn't able to go, because somebody wanted to take either his bones or Isaac's bones, or but that's a practice of the Moabites, their ritual uh, things that they do. Okay, but remember this: the number one thing for us Gentiles to know, all right, is that they got a different God. The Moabites got a different God, and that's why like he said, we not even allowed to procreate with the Moabites because they have a different God. It's not their skin color or anything like that. It's about what God you serve. They lied and made stuff about skin color, but no, it's about what God you serve. Okay. So you Jacob or Esau, depend if you love God, you might just be a little off or a little, corrupt. You know what I mean? I think y'all get it. All right. Uh, I'll start at 2. But I will send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the palace of Kioth, and Moab shall die with tumult, with shouting, and with the sound of the trumpet. And I will cut off the judge from the midst thereof, and will slay all the princes thereof with them, saith the Lord. Y'all, anybody that felt like a judgment for anybody sending their children into war, this war coming up. Like, I get it that, your kids, they got a decision they got to make. But if they make a decision to walk away from this stuff, be ready to, go to jail with them if need be, or whatever you got to do to support them for not being a part of it, because that's what that felt like it was talking about. I'm gonna read that last one. And I will cut off the judge from the midst thereof, and will slay all the princes thereof with him, saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Judah. Now they in our back door. This is us. I'm Judah. You know if you Judah, right? So for three transgressions of Judah, because this is an equal opportunity butt whooping, loving God through that and realizing he was just. We deserved it. Okay, now I don't know what's gonna say next, but let's keep going. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Judah, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have despised the law of the Lord, and have not kept his commandments, and their lies caused them to err. Now, okay, I'm gonna put this out there because I got the right to say it. God said I could say it all, so I'm gonna say it all. Here you go. You know Obama and them and Jay-Z and all them took the bribe. You know they did. Real talk. They're Judas if ever there was a Judas. And they sold out uh to that to money. They sold their souls. That is the sin of Judah, is the fact that they we were supposed to be the ones that kept the truth of God. Like we were the ones that kept that standard and truth of God. And we watched this whole plan has been to window us away. Y'all know we wasn't these people they done made us out to be. And we done went with the money. Real talk. We done followed. But y'all know that's not who black people used to be. Real talk. Y'all know that's not. We were like the movie wiz, like that I don't know how to explain time together amongst our families and at church and we weren't the people they've turned us we been MK Ultra into being. You get what I'm trying to say? Programmed into being. Real talk. But we basically did everything that he said we were going to do. Let's read it again. Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Judah, it's our judgment, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have despised the law of the Lord and have not kept his commandments. Come on now, y'all know it. We, I'm out in rural Kentucky. I'm telling you, marriage has a whole nother meaning here than it does back home. Real talk. Marriage has a whole nother meaning here than it does uh, back home. There's so many of the things we knew in our heart to do for God, we have abandoned. And but we were infiltrated. They said that's why they would. The doggone CIA, Candace Owens told us, so we can say it again, regurgitate what she said. Um, but she told us how they infiltrated the military. No, the military infiltrated the church. Like as CIA type spy type stuff, like what they did with the protests back then with Martin Luther King. Now they knocked out Martin Luther King and they infiltrated the church, make sure nothing can get even past them. That's been taken over. You get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I mean, we got, oh man, I've seen some stuff. We, whenever they wanted to make things worse in the world, they brung it on our backs first. You know what I mean? They really did. Come on now. If you're 45, 50 years old, you know I'm telling the truth. NWA, that was the turning point for the whole movement towards uh that propaganda. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. We did not keep these commandments. We did not, and their lies caused them to err. That's another thing. We have proven ourselves to be like, how do I put this? Yeah, I gotta tell the truth. I'm telling you, I gotta tell the truth. Um, what's the word? Idolizing? Maybe idolizing. Is that it? We've become the kind of people where uh when it comes to uh I'm trying. I'm trying. Like just I gotta say it. I don't want to say it. I'm trying. I said I keep their name out my mouth, but y'all know them MASON people. They use that like an MLM to take over our communities. Like everybody got double brotherhoods and secret oaths, and y'all know what I'm trying to say. Thank you, daughter. I tried to get it out. I was trying to say it without saying they name. You know what I mean? But at the same point, they are us too. You get what I'm saying? That's the truth. That's the truth. Jay Z, all of them. Obama with the Knights. What? No, not Knights. What they called? Oh, I don't even. I don't want to even say their name because that's just evil in itself. That's that. That's what that reminds me of. Okay, so we they did. They sold out. They sold out their communities. They unless you joined their clubs and did the same secret oaths and had the same you know how they be getting dirt on people and humiliation rituals. If you didn't suffer those things to be hazed as if you were in a uh, I'm saying it. You said saying it, so I'm saying it, my love. She said they've been captured and deceived. You tell the truth. It's time to tell the truth. This is what daughter said. Thank you. We have to be bold. They are. I agree. Uh, and then have to think about it. It feels yeah. Oh, Scientology. Come on, daughter. Yes, all of that. They they have used manipulation and programming like a MLM, like a MLM. Y'all know what a pyramid scheme is. That's the way they did it. They held prosperity and said, "You better like look how I'm living, and you if you want to live like this, you gotta this." And that's what they let come in, and that's why we got judgment coming too. And that's why in that other video I told y'all, sometimes you gotta be miserable and sit there and say it's okay because you was righteous in what you did, God. All of it, you were righteous. Even that, even knowing that we're gonna have to suffer the consequences of what they did, but they wouldn't have been able to do it if we didn't buy into it. Come on, come on. So it's equal opportunity truth here. Praise God. All right, y'all. Let's keep going. So that's the judgment of Judah. It's okay because it's true. It says, "But I will send fire upon Judah, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem." That's a good thing because Judah ain't in Jerusalem. Judah is in Zion already, sitting. Nobody know where we at. We sitting right here. So God is so awesome. Bible says we really are stubborn people. Yes, Linda. Uh, Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Israel. Now we get into Israel. And for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they sold the righteous for silver. Who's our human trafficking people? Who did it? Oh. God was showing me something about that, y'all. This is a little prophecy on the side. Remember what they did with the like you nothing comes out in the media without them wanting you to know about it. You get what I'm saying? If they all in on it, there was a reason. They're not cool enough to let stuff just leak out. No. There was a strategic reason why that was said. And God, I think God showed me the answer. Okay. Um, y'all remember in the Epi files, right? Uh, somebody dressed up as Jesus and did something horrible as Jesus in one of the emails. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just let's keep going. Um, what God was showing me. Remember, God is the word. He won't let his words lie. Like real talk. If y'all, my name is Wisdom, but if you knew my real name, you really know that I'm of God. Like my name is all in there. You get what I'm saying? Like he didn't let it lie even now, right? Like we, he knew the beginning further from the end. Okay. So India, I've been telling y'all India is the hidden hand for a long time. Okay, a long time. When we found Uali River, Uali. That's how we found out Uali. Daniel was sitting next to the Uali River. Okay, yeah. Okay. Uh, so thinking about this, I'm saying it, y'all. We gotta keep it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, sis. I love you. Thank you. Stay with me. Strait of Hormuz. Okay, think about that for a second. Now, right now they got us hyper focused on the people that ran away, Iran and America and Israel. But the truth is that whole region over there is suffering from what they're doing. If ever you needed a problem solution that involved a NUKE, like, because it don't make no sense for them to even exist, right? Why we don't need nothing like that. So we never even thought about why that how would they bring that in and say that that was necessary to do that to someone? They're creating the situation, right? Because though forget America, we too far away. Those people right there, India, right? They need food. You get what I'm saying? They need all kinds of stuff. They need it's a lot. They got the biggest population of everybody, so they need more than just food. You get what I'm saying? So then also remember what I said about the words. This is supernatural part. God is the word. The Muslims believe their Mahdi is coming. What's in India's president's name? Tomato, tomato. Mahdi. Mahdi. Okay. So now I want you to remember we were talking about everything, right? So stay with me. I'm trying to pull this together so that way I'm not just I don't want them to take the video down. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave it to. Oh, I just saw something behind my head. Did y'all see that? I don't want them to take the video down, so I'm trying my best to be as cryptic. Not out of fear of them, but because I don't want. I want this video to get. I want this video to get through. But then they in the epi file, they made it as if their Messiah. They dressed up as their Messiah, right? And then killed the child. That's what happened. That's what unalived. I don't know what to say to make sure that I don't mess it up. But you get what I'm saying. Now, this dude got the same name as their Messiah. Yeah, it's spelled different, tomato, tomato, but it say the same thing. The Lagos or logos, or I don't know, the spoken word of it, whichever one is that of it, is that. So this guy who has the biggest population, who's been I mean, they've been telling us for a while now. Daniel was in India. He was on the Uli River. Okay. Uh, and that's in the book of Daniel because he said where he got those visions at. He was standing on the Uli River. But y'all see where I'm going with this. So they didn't did this solution or reaction. Like they created a reason for such things. Now, the person that has the name of their Messiah has an invested interest to stop them from blocking getting look how the Bible says, like, we can't wait until the Sabbath over so we can keep buying and selling. So that they have a invested interest in stopping them from doing whatever they doing the Sabbath of the straight. I hope y'all hear me. Y'all, oh, just okay. You might want to play that one back slowly. So just watch India. That's all I gotta say. Because it looked like they setting. If I look at the whole thing, whole picture, they've been signaling it. Like remember back in Lebanon with the wedding and the bomb and the big one. Now what they doing? They destroying. They own the Lebanon now. They be forecasting stuff before it really happened. And I'm just telling y'all, it really looked like y'all should just watch India because they have a reason to do the thing that we thought nobody should ever do. But they actually got a reason to. I'm just saying. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm just gonna finish this chapter, but I want y'all. I hope this is giving y'all the thirst for reading the Bible. Just because I'm done reading right now, I'm gonna finish this chapter, but just because go finish it. The book of Amos is very, very small. Like you could finish this, you could sit down, you could finish this in the bathroom. Like you could finish this like in a second. It is only 9 chapters, you know what I mean? But look at it in modern terms, because like R. Kelly and Epi he in here, human trafficking is in here, the electricity getting cut off and the kids not having access to their cell phones anymore is in here. There's like I think it's towards the end it says the young men and young women go nomadic looking for knowledge. That tells me that they don't got their cell phones. Their cell phones been shut off at the end. You know what I'm saying? So they going 2 and 4 looking for knowledge because right now everybody got a cell phone. You get what I'm saying? So you can read it and see for yourself um uh uh the fact that God speaks. He's the word. Believe the words and throw away what the mainstream society told you they should be and believe the words. Get out your dictionary, get you a paper dictionary and see if the word matches what it says. Even though it's not, they tell you it's supposed to be this, that's really that. Does the word say it? Well, God will let you know. Real talk. Okay, let's keep going. We're gonna finish chapter 2. Um, I think 7. No, let's go up further. Let's start at 5. But I will send a fire upon Judah, and it shall devour the palace of Jerusalem. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Israel, for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they sold the righteous for silver, and the poor for a pair of shoes. They that pant after the dust of the earth on the head of the poor, and turn aside the way of the meek. And a man and his father will go into the same maid to profane my holy name, and they lay themselves down upon clothes laid to pledge by every altar, and they drink the wine of the condemned in the house of their God. Y'all, that speaks for itself. Like, uh, that speaks for itself. We know that was human trafficking, all of that. Let's read it again just to make sure. That pants after the dust of the earth on the head of the poor. We know that. That's look what they done. Yep. And turn aside the way of the meek. Yep. And a because remember they what did they just do? They fired upon. They're still firing upon Palestinians. And it was an old man. He's like, we are old. Why are they doing this? Turn aside the way of the meek. Yep. And a man and his father will go unto the same maid. Now, y'all saw that one guy that went to Lakewood, New Jersey or whatever. He showed that they on that he interviewed a lady, and that lady said that they have like this house where they take all of the new virgins to go so that they could be ready for marriage. That's exactly what that sound like right there. I'm just being honest, right? It says, "The turn away the way of the meek. A man and his father will go into the same maid to profane my holy name, and they lay themselves down upon clothes laid laid to pledge MASON by every altar, and they drink the wine of the condemned in the house of their God. Yet destroyed I the Amorites, the Americans, before them. Yet I destroyed the Amorites before them, whose height was like the height of the cedars, and he was strong as the oaks. Yet I destroyed his fruit from above, and his roots from beneath. Also, I brought you up from the land of Egypt, and led you 40 years through the wilderness to possess the land of the Amorites, America, Zion, the beautiful land. And I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. So being put into this land, he still gave himself unto us, which is true. Like honestly, like me and my son was talking about this earlier. Like if you got slave blood, you literally don't know your family history beyond your great grandmother. No, like so we'll never have a story of my family was the first immigrants. We don't have the traditional American story because we it was illegal for us to know where they came from and who they were. You get what I'm saying? So in a place where it was illegal to know God and know where you were from and who you were, God still raised them up into prophets and Nazarites. That's special. It is not even thus, O ye children of Israel, saith the Lord. But ye gave the Nazarites wine to drink, pour it out for my homies, pour it out for my. That's hey, real talk. You gave the Nazarites, wait, what did it say? Wine to drink, and commanded the prophets to be quiet. Y'all know, man, I was commanded to be quiet. To be quiet. When I started telling people I could see the future and God was talking to me, man, they was literally like, I love my mama, but she said maybe you shouldn't tell people. Yeah, be quiet. Behold, I am pressed under you as a cart is pressed. So we got God pressed. Like literally, he pressed under us and all of the things that we follow on mainstream society. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's like, I can't even be God because you so Like you know that girl that get offended by everything. Like you trying to take her out on a nice date, and it's like, oh, don't. And God is basically saying we treating him like that. I'm pressed under you, like no. I think I'll go home and respect myself. Y'all saw that TikTok where the guy looked at the girl and went, I think I'll go home and respect myself. Right? Real talk. Okay. Behold, I am pressed under you as a cart is pressed that is full of sheaves. Therefore, the flight shall perish. Flight shall perish. Therefore, the flight shall perish. The airways get shut down. Close the skies. The portals. Okay. Uh, that's what it say. This King James version. Therefore, the flight shall perish from the swift, and the strong shall not strengthen his force. Neither shall the mighty deliver himself. Neither shall he stand that handle lift the bow. So them handle is gonna get knocked down too. Okay. But y'all know it says the bow, but by definition, we know what a handle is. uh, the bow, and he that is swift of foot shall not deliver himself, neither shall he that rideth the horse deliver himself. And he that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in that day, saith the Lord. Y'all read the book of Amos. I mean, honestly, it's time for us to. I mean, they have shown us that our history was a constructed play. Like they've like everything before 2020, y'all know what I mean. Like there's a before and after 2020, you know? And but it feels like all of that was fake now that we see what they're doing and what they've done, you know? So now it's time for us to forget I hear you, Father. Thank you for saying it. Forget those things which are behind you and press towards the mark. You know, that's where we're at. We're in line for judgment and we're waiting. Like if you read Amos, it goes on to say like it rebukes people for wishing judgment will hurry up because it's a day of darkness. It's not a day of goodness. You know what I'm saying? Or gladness. Um, but at the same point, we gotta endure through until the end, and it gives us the Book of Amos gives us good knowledge of what's going on, so that we can stay in reality and not do these not continue to do these transgressions. Like if we love God, that's really remember everybody looking to do all these different things like ritualistically, but the truth is if you love God, you know right is right and wrong is wrong. If you love God, you love righteousness and truth. And when you see somebody does not love righteousness and truth, that is eerie about loving God, that lets like we're in the time of the end. That lets you know who you're dealing with, so that you can detach from the tears. Because God's gonna rip the bad people out your life anyways. He really is. As you continue to stand up for God, they're going to need you away from them because they've made secret oaths and they can't you can't be telling too much truth around them when they know their bread and butter comes from some other place. You know, they what's that, was it Shapiro, the one that's with Candace? That man get paid somewhere else. What's the other one? Alex Jones. Now I can't believe I'm saying Alex Jones, but yeah, he getting paid somewhere else. That's why, because you know when something's right and when it's wrong, and you know, especially if you do it by God, like not by you. But if you got murder's wrong, you know that. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not, you know. So so let's act like it. We know, you know. All right, I love you guys. I love you, daughter. I'm about to sign off too. Praise God. I appreciate y'all. It's very prophetic book. Yes, Amos is huge. That's Linda said. It's very prophetic book. It really is. And I hope this ignited the spirit to go read it because it's telling y'all what's happening. It's telling everybody what's happening. And it looked like what's next. Y'all hear T Man going to a palace Right. I love you too, Linda B. So yeah, they hear T Man going to the palace. We gonna stay focused and know that he might get kidnapped. Y'all heard me. Y'all know. All right. God bless y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you. I love you, Linda B. I love you guys. I'm grateful for y'all. Thanks for listening. And let's get to work for God. Let's put down like somewhere in the book of Amos, it says that God will, like, if we do justly and act righteously, that God will have mercy on the remnant of Joseph, on the remnant of Judah. So let's work on our mercy card with God because, we have done them wrong, right? We love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.